Welcome to Home Service Happy Hour, brought to you by Service Monster. Have you guys considered or explored things like lawn maintenance or maid service or anything else that's like a measurable price subset like that, but it ends up being recurring in nature? Have you messed with that, or do you have any plans to mess with that sort of stuff?
I mean, I've personally dove into some thought on it. I'm just trying to figure out ways that we could implement the tools that we have now toward that. I mean, especially in those industries or services that you just mentioned, it's kind of hard to find a measurable that would end up in some sort of calculation of understanding, if that makes sense. Like for the housemaids, it's like, I mean, you could base it off the square footage of the house, but you don't know how, like, there's a lot of other factors in there that would make it really difficult to make it make sense in a way that would be super helpful.
Yeah. And it's like, even if you had a measurement tool, how many stories is it? And then you're counting on the customer to know the square footage of their house or be accurate about what their estimation of the square footage of their house is.
Don't get me wrong. I think there's definitely, I'm sure with some brain power that we could come up with something pretty sweet, but
well, and Grant, stop me if I'm saying too much, which is super possible. We're well into the danger zone here.
For everyone listening, it's past Brad's bedtime. So
I get to be quite a loose cannon past 10 o'clock.
Well, Grant and I are drinking beer and you're tired. So I think we're all in the same.
That's right.
We're good. We're doing good.
But so like with the roof portion of the software, there is actually a tool that you actually just bring the cursor over top of the roof, and it's pulling data to get the accurate size of the roof. And the data that it's pulling would also in that location would have bedrooms, bathrooms, square footage, floors available to it. So if there were a measurable that was really helpful, and it could auto calculate that and I don't know what the percentage is right now. The data is not 100% complete because obviously the network across the country that pulls all that data, it's not 100% tied in together, and there are areas that are more or less tied in
from a bunch of different places, I suppose.
Yeah.
I mean, with the aerial images like GIS and everything.
But with that, there are some really cool capabilities that could be dove into. I think, the thing that, bringing this is, Matt and I've had conversations for the past 3 years, as it's been gearing up to bring it into pressure washing, is making sure that just like in the fence industry, where the details of the difference beyond the measurement tool, right? The measurement tool can be adapted a lot of different ways. The process of buying fits a lot of different industries. But where I think there's a lot of desire to get it right is the details of how to best make it work for those contractors, right? So like the process a pressure washer would use is different.
Hey, home service heroes, thank you guys so much for tuning into our home service happy hour content today. I sure hope you learned a little something, and I sure as a heck hope that it was entertaining. If you did find it fun and entertaining, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel for more cool, fun, entertaining business content. And speaking of which, stay tuned. There's a little more here and a little more right here. Check it out.